Hello.
Hola. Hola, mi gente. Buenos días. Bienvenidos. De nada. I'm the Reverend Katie Romano Griffin, your senior minister, and I am so excited to welcome you to All Souls this morning. Our Universalist heritage proposed that each person is made of divine goodness, and science offers that we just might be stardust. Whatever your beliefs, know that you are inherently worthy of love. You're a gift, and we are so glad that you are here with us. Love is the spirit of all souls. In this moment of our shared journey, may you feel witnessed and honored wherever you are on that journey. I invite you now to please rise in body or spirit. Greet your neighbors with your name and your pronouns, especially our new folks. And oh my gosh, welcome to new folks here for the first time.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to all of us who are here in the moment and those of us who are catching us later. I am Mickey Hughes. My pronouns are she, her. I will be serving as the worship associate for today's service along with John Murphy, pronouns he, him, together with Gabe Perbieri, music director, pronouns he, him, Aya, Nancy Olson, director of Congregational Life and Faith Formation, Pat Fisher, Renee Sutherland, Liz Elsmore, collaborative pianist, and Reverend Katie, our senior minister, whose pronouns are she, Asia. We are your worship team on the Chancellor today. People of all ages are joyfully welcomed in the service. Nursery care is available if that option works best for you. I invite everyone to please fill out a connection card. This card is a great way to let us know if you need support, assistance, have new contact information, or have an interest, comment, or question. Please place it in the offering basket. Today, among other things, we are celebrating the end of our year of our mental health grant, and I'm going to share a list of all of the activities that were funded by the grant. And as I read the list, what we'd like for you all to do is stand if you participated in that event, and please remain standing until the end of the list. First, we did a kickoff. We had an evening with Julika,
our multicultural ministry coach.
Then we had labyrinth training, and we designed our own labyrinth. The staff went to Finding Our Way Home retreat. We did WRAP training, which stands for Wellness Recovery Action Plan. Conscious parenting. Mental health first aid. Some book discussions. The first one was Naughty Conversations. The second one was Aging as a Spiritual Practice. Another book study, Real Self-Care. And also congregational retreats and celebrations.
Thank you so much for your participation. This grant was truly a labor of love and a way to put love at the center. A lot of us fall through the cracks in grind culture, and by being able to, first, this amazing team of Jean Miller, Pat, Mickey, and Renee developed a survey so we could check in with the congregation and find out what you really needed. And then we programmed to that survey in the grant application. And then this amazing team and so many other volunteers and participants came together so that we could live into the grant and be transformed. And you know what? We're going to continue some of this programming. We are going to continue to work off of that mental health survey to provide additional programs and supports and services to fill the needs of our community and the communities surrounding us. Because mental health does matter. We all need support. We need the skills and tools and abilities to talk about our own feelings and to be with people who are also having their feelings. It isn't just about being able to be there in a crisis. It's also about being able to be there so we can help keep each other well and truly support ourselves. If we're not speaking truth to each other, we are not leading from love. And love is at the center of our values as well as the spirit of this congregation. And this incredible grant has brought us into a direction where we can do that. Reverend Dorian is certified now to lead mental health certification training. So thank you for doing that hard work, and we will continue to offer mental health first aid certification. I'm leading at 11:45 today on our third floor a conversation on how to regulate your nervous system, which is really important, especially in today's world. And you can keep an eye out for more programming. You know, being real and being able to be in community, to speak truths, to stay regulated and have naughty conversations is truly an antidote to the polarizing authoritarianism that we are facing in our world. So we get to become the change, and this is our laboratory. Thank you all so much, and Jean's over there. Jean, thank you all so much for making it possible for us to do this transformational work. We all do ministry here at All Souls. It's not just the ministers, it's not just the staff. Everyone here comes together to make the mission and ministries of All Souls happen. So thank you all for your participation. And along that vein, we are holding weddings starting at 10 a.m. next Saturday for folks in the LGBTQ and migrant communities who need to move up their weddings or feel like they need to move their weddings up before January. So I hope you'll all be here to support. We're not sure yet who's going to show up. I know it's often hard for people to get in and get their marriage certificates, but we're going to be here. It is going to be a great time. We've got hair and makeup. Thank you, Laura, and so many other folks who are bringing decorations and coordinating food to make this an incredible celebration of love and to prove that love really does win. Next Sunday after service, we're going to do some asset mapping. It'll be a fun time, I promise. I know asset mapping sounds like watching paint dry, but I promise it's not like that. You're going to leave feeling encouraged. And for today, after service, we have tons of food in the social hall. We have vendors who are here in case you need to do any last-minute shopping. And thank you to Jim and Betty Scormenti for making all of that happen and all of our guest vendors. Thank you to our guest musicians who are back today. We're so excited that you're here. And as we continue our time together, let us also take a moment to acknowledge the land itself and those who've sustained it throughout the generations. We are upon the unceded land of the Lenape, Miamia, Kaskaskia, Shawnee, and Kickapoo people who were pushed from their land and whose children have been stolen for generations. As we strive to be a community of justice, may we find ways to make real reparations. We give to you these words of the Reverend Sarah Lindsay. We gather in part because we know no other way to celebrate, no other way to mourn, no other way to be human.
We gather to understand ourselves more deeply. By understanding who we are in relationship, we are none of us an island.
We gather to hear and see and remember things of beauty, to nurture in ourselves a sense of awe at the world and all creation.
We gather to practice being our best selves, learning each day a deeper compassion, a greater love.
We gather to tell true stories, ones of fact and fiction, even in the hard times, so that we know we can do hard things.
We gather to mourn the losses in our lives and come to face the challenges with grace and to celebrate with joy.
We gather to be nourished together by song, by word, by food, and by fellowship, body, heart, and mind.
We gather because it is what we are called to do, social creatures that we are.
We humans know it is in gathering that we are known and that we come to know.
It is in gathering that we are held and that we are beholden.
It is in gathering that we experience love, the giving and receiving that sustains us all the days of our lives.
Welcome to this home.
Welcome to this moment.
Welcome to this gathering.
It is so good to be with you. Yay! I'm happy to take one of those back, and Reverend Dorian will want those.
Today, Jackie, one of our new members, will be lighting our chalice for us. The ritual of lighting our chalice reminds us to continually renew our promise to live into our covenant, to put love into action, and to live out the community of love and justice we aim to be. Please rise in body or spirit as we share the words printed in our order of service in Spanish and in English. If you are with us online, please let us know in the chat where you are lighting your chalice from. We'll say the covenant first in Spanish and then in English.
Esta iglesia y el servicio es su ley. Vivir juntos en paz, buscar la verdad en el amor y ayudarnos unos a otros. Este es nuestro pacto.
Love is the spirit of this church,
and service is its law. To dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
This is
our covenant. Thank you. Those who would like to remain risen and belt out some Life Calls Us On, you are welcome to remain risen, or you may sit.
Here in reverence now we gather for the blessings we have known, with a pledge to one another that we journey not alone. Joy and sorrow makes us wise. Dies. Love calls us on. Life calls us on. Words and deeds of love before us. Wake and hear to keep us strong. Lend our voices in the of creation's living song. Courage bids us lift our eyes upward to the shining skies. Hope calls us on. Hope calls us on. Loyal guides in love and duty, lead us with a trusted light. Blessed are they whose inward beauty shows the path of truth and right. Honor is the earthly prize. By their work we realize faith calls us on. Faith calls us on. We have shared a radiant hour when the truth can make us free. And the Spirit's gracious hour, dream of good that yet shall be. Bright the path before us lies. Joyful pilgrims now we rise. Life calls us on. 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 One more time, just the voices. Life calls us on. Life calls us on.
We sound really good. That was beautiful. And also thank you, Sandy and Sonia, who led us off in the prelude with some movement this morning. That was beautiful. One of the reasons we're gathering this morning is for a bit of a celebration, to welcome some new members who are joining our congregation today. Joining this proud history of members that harkens back in Indianapolis to 1903. We gather as an expression of our mutual quest toward personal and religious fulfillment. We gather secure in the knowledge that the truths we seek are not constrained by a single doctrine or creed. We recognize that each of us is here for our own reasons, and they are known only to our individual hearts. Yet we gather in common community to effect and sustain an atmosphere of mutual support. That means we need each other to survive and to thrive. We don't ask you to believe unquestioningly that which is espoused by another's conscious convictions. We ask you to bring your questions, in fact, and to know that you should faithfully follow that which your conscience dictates, mindful that in your searching you will encounter other truths, other convictions, other faiths, and to remain in accountable relationship, particularly with folks who may have a marginalized identity that you do not share. Here you will be embraced as a member of a common family of seekers, all those past and present who've dedicated themselves to nurturing action and compassion, sympathetic to a common vision that no one person is an island unto themselves, but that we are all members of a larger family of life.
I am Dorian Condry, Communication and Membership Coordinator. New members, as I call your name, I invite you to step up to the chancel so we may covenant together. Since our last new member recognition in June, we've had 12 new members who have joined and signed the book. There are a few that couldn't be here today, but today we are honoring Sonia Eisenhart, Renee Sutherland, Nathan Walkowski, Wanja Wawera Walkowski, Jane Alexander, Liza Hyatt, Angela Ritchie, Asa Smith, Jackie Surma, James Samuels, Keith Bevaquar, and Katie Edgar.
Good to see you, Liza. Angela, Asa, hi. Welcome, come in.
A very full chancel this morning.
That's right.
Yes. New members, please repeat after me this new member affirmation. As new members, we accept the responsibilities and freedoms associated with membership in a Unitarian Universalist congregation, to pledge to support this religious community with our time, gifts, and substance, and to join the members of All Souls, a common quest for religious and spiritual understanding, and for the common purpose of leading reverent and compassionate lives.
Nice job. Thank you.
Please rise and body your spirit and share the congregational affirmation printed in your order of celebration.
Yeah.
We
do welcome as you come with anticipation and joy. We hope that you will find here room to grow and flourish in body, mind, and spirit. We accept you into our community as companions on the spiritual journey. We pledge to rejoice with you in times of happiness, to grieve with you in times of sorrow, and to share with you all the blessings of our free faith. Take it all in, all this love. As you cross this spiritual threshold into deeper life of our congregation and journey together, we invite you to let these words from our Unitarian forebearer Theodore Parker serve as a guidepost. We are going to sing to you "Be Ours a Religion" from hymn number 1058. Theodore Parker was a Unitarian minister, so from that side of our lineage, but we will sing these words to you.
sunshine goes everywhere. Its temple of space, its shrine the good heart, its creed of truth, its ritual works of love.
Thank you. You may be seated. Welcome.
Love is the spirit of this church. This has never been more evident to me than when I had the opportunity of facilitating the conscious discipline training for parents, grandparents, and caregivers here in September. For 4 Thursday evenings, approximately 16 participants from All Souls and from the Head Start program that is housed in our church met here in Harris Hall to gain a new perspective on parenting and discipline. Together, we explored the conscious discipline brain model that promotes adults helping themselves first stay in their executive state so they can be the best they can be for their children and child during those difficult discipline moments. This turned out to be a rather large undertaking for our mental health team. For those of you that may not know, the majority of our Head Start families are Haitian immigrants. Love was clearly demonstrated as we worked through all the logistics of including our Haitian-speaking families. This, of course, required Haitian English interpretation, which turned out to be quite the technical challenge. Our interpreters were off-site, requiring that we access them remotely. Love was clearly present as Gabe and Austin made the time from their busy schedules to willingly step in and provide the technical assistance necessary to pull this off. We could not have done this without them. Love was also demonstrated by all the participants that were patiently willing to learn to use this helpful but cumbersome way to communicate. It warmed my heart to feel the love from my fellow congregants as they supported me each week with encouragement, suggestions for improvement, and with so much help. I believe that our Head Start participants felt this love as well, as they continued to attend and willingly share and ask questions throughout the trainings. It was such a joy to see all the participants learn and grow together. I grew as well. As the Mental Health Committee met multiple times with Maria Cabrera, the Head Start site director, to work out the many details of the training, love shone through over and over. The love she had for the families and children that this Head Start serves was obvious and contagious. She helped us begin to understand the families that we would be working with, their culture and challenges, answering the many questions we had, and enlightening us on things we were unaware of. We learned so much and quickly discovered that we were not doing this for Head Start, but with them. Maria generously offered to take on the responsibility of providing the delicious meals each week prepared by the Head Start nutrition staff, as well as taking care of the child care and transportation details. The Mental Health Committee was so appreciative of this willingness to partner with us so wholeheartedly. What a joy it was for me to be a part of and witness the many demonstrations of love that was shown as we worked through this rather large and meaningful project. I'm confident that as a result of this effort, there will be many more future opportunities for us to work with this Head Start program to learn and grow together. As Unitarian Universalists, we believe that by putting love into action, we transform ourselves and our community for the better. I firmly believe that through this effort, we did exactly that.
Yes, we did. Thank you so much for leading that effort, y'all. It was such a beautiful way for us to deepen our relationship with the East Coast Migrant Head Start Project. And if you're wondering why I have a flying pig on my shirt today, all I can say is that pigs really can fly when we give them a jetpack that is fueled by love. And JetPig is an acronym for our values. As Unitarian Universalists, love is at the center of who we are. It is our compass, and the values that help us along the way are justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interconnection, and generosity. You may not be able to read it from the back, but they're there. Our children are going to be learning about JetPig today, so if you see them kind of doing this, or talking a lot about pigs today, this is what it's about. They'll be talking about JetPig. And as we continue to think about love being our jetpack, let us pause for a moment to hold the joys and the sorrows that may be in our hearts in this moment. The joys of adoptions and births and reunions and connections and maybe finding your way to a home you never knew existed. But let us also hold the sorrows, those of us who are parenting as a spiritual practice, those of us who are caregivers or receiving care, those of us who live with chronic pain or chronic illnesses seen and unseen, those of us who are living with mental illness or addiction. You are necessary. We need you to survive and to thrive, and you are not alone. So let us hold a moment of silence in this space. And for anyone who is grieving the loss of a loved one or the anniversary of a loss, I invite you to rise in body or spirit as we hold the silence, and we will come out of the silence to hymn number 401 in the gray hymnal, Kumbaya. May all prayers be answered, and may all hearts be restored.
Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya, Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya, Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya. Let's all sing.
Someone sing, Lord, Kumbaya. Oh Lord, Kumbaya. Someone's laughing, Lord, Kumbaya. Someone's laughing, Lord, Kumbaya. Someone's laughing, Lord, Kumbaya. Oh
That was beautiful. It felt so good to sing that with all of you today. Have you ever been with a friend, a family member, or a coworker who seemed unusually sad or detached or angry, or whose behavior seemed troubling? Or have you ever been with someone whose substance use was concerning? I have, and I'm pretty sure each of you have been too. It can be hard to know how to respond. There are some responses that aren't helpful, like giving advice, talking about what you would do, trying to make light of something because you don't know what else to say. There are also responses that can help someone start to deal with their challenges in a healthy way. Those might include expressing caring concern, listening sensitively without judgment, recognizing feelings, knowing the signs of an emotional crisis, and encouraging appropriate professional help. Knowing how to recognize and respond to emotional challenges and crises are part of a training called Mental Health First Aid. And last summer, the Mental Health Grant allowed All Souls to contract with an agency called Rising Collective. During a 7-hour, one-day session, 19 people from All Souls and UUI were trained in mental health first aid. And if you don't know, UUI stands for Unitarian Universalists of Indianapolis, which is another Unitarian church on the near west side. I'm pleased to tell you that we have the ability to continue offering this program without the grant funds going into the next year. As Reverend Katie said earlier, Reverend Dorian Condre is a trained facilitator of mental health first aid, and he's willing to provide that training to our members and friends. You don't have to be a member to participate. If you'd like more detail, you can talk with any of us on the chancel this morning about it. Now, this training can be useful to anyone. As Unitarians, we have a responsibility through our covenant that we recited earlier to offer love, service, and help to one another. And that means being aware of others' spiritual, physical, and emotional needs and offering care and support to the extent that we're able. If you're still wondering about the value of something like mental health first aid, I ask you to think about the last time you were struggling emotionally and someone allowed you to feel seen and heard and cared about.
Wow. Not sure how I feel about following that. So I'm here to talk about the last of our mental health grant activities. And so I was one of 14 members of All Souls to attend 3 different sessions of WRAP. As I said before, WRAP stands for Wellness Recovery Action Plan. The purpose of WRAP is to help participants discover simple, safe, and effective tools to maintain wellness. Through the process, we talked about 5 big ideas. The first one is hope, defined as our belief that we can get well, stay well, and fulfill our hopes and dreams. The second is personal responsibility, defined as taking the necessary actions to do what we need to do so that we can stay well. The third is education. It's probably not what you think of, but in the WRAP world, it's learning more about ourselves, educating ourselves about ourselves, increasing our self-awareness, breaking old patterns, leaning into growth. The fourth is self-advocacy, reaching out to others, asking for what we need, establishing boundaries, finding our own voice. The fifth is support, receiving and giving support, but also deciding who and what are supportive and who and what aren't supportive, building our own support systems. We worked through each of these areas by defining what they meant to each of us, and then identifying our own strengths and challenges in each of those areas. The end goal of WRAP is to use each of these areas when we are having tough days or even crisis days. In the UU faith, we believe in the inherent dignity of each person. We know that we are stronger as an interdependent community than we are alone. WRAP plans are strength-based. There is never a discussion about stigma or mental illness or shame, but instead the frame is normalizing. We all struggle at times, and we all strive for wellness. When I attended my first WRAP session, I was still a new member here, and I walked pretty vulnerably into that space to a group of strangers, knowing we were going to talk about some hard topics. The group was able to create a very safe, supportive, compassionate, and accepting environment. We shared very deeply. People have been through some hard things. People felt very safe in that group sharing those things. I believe all of us felt heard and connected. There was no judgment. Like Reverend Katie told us last week, trauma is healed through connection, and we become whole through community. We may have an opportunity in the future to offer another session of WRAP, so please let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.
So many of you visiting us today may not know, every Sunday we share our plate with an organization that shares our values. And this week, we're sharing the offering plate with Black Church Coalition. This is an organization in Indianapolis that is working to reduce the waste of human potential caused by gun violence and mass incarceration. So to contribute, you can place a check or cash in the collection basket as it's passed around. If you're online visiting us, you can go to allsoulsindy.org and you'll find a link that says Give to All Souls Here. So we also ask people to give us their pledges on Sundays. So if it's a pledge, please indicate it so that we don't include it in Share the Plate. Thank you for your generosity in supporting the mission of All Souls and for your continued love for one another and for this world. The morning offering will now be given and received.
One thing that is very important for us when we are talking about mental health is movement. So considering that if this was a ship, we would be sinking because there are a lot of people here and nobody here. Let's move a little bit, and I want like 15 people from here to move to this side. You can go back to your place later, but go, come on, let's move. We're gonna sing Building Bridges, which you guys already know what we're gonna do. So, as soon as you're ready for it, be ready to stand up and sing with us. Everybody together first.
Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you and you reach out to me. Through all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you and you reach out to me. With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
Now, since we have the dance team with us today, let's be inspired by them and move our bodies a little bit, as you are able and willing, of course, but please do. And we are just gonna mark the beats with Glenn. So just with Glenn and me, ready, go. And now we can sing a little better. Ready, go.
Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you and you reach out to me. With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
Keep your feet going. Okay, now we're gonna have two people representing the side number one. Reverend Katie, please let's have Reverend Katie's microphone on. It's a surprise, but let's do it. And run with Reverend Katie, please. And side number two with Jane. If I do this, number one sings. If I do this, number two sings. And we keep singing until I ask you to stop, okay? Let's go from the beginning with number one first. Ready, go.
Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we can make such sweet harmony.
Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
Okay, we have been working on this for at least a year. Now we can go to the next level. We already have 3 people here. I need one more. Whoever wants to come.
What about Teresa?
Teresa, come on, Teresa.
You're right up front.
Yes. Okay, there's a microphone for you there. And today, for the first time, we are going to have 4 groups.
Oh.
Yes. So here's how it's going to be. Group number 1 is over there, on my left, on the back, middle to the back. Group number 2, it's left, my left, front. Group 3, my right, back. Group 4, my right, front. And keep going until I ask you to stop, okay? Oh, which one you? Okay, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Group leaders, when you are starting, raise your hand. If you are short, jump so people can see you, okay? Okay, let's go from the beginning. We're starting with group number 1. Oh, feet first. Ready, go, feet. Yes, now group 1. Ready, go, go.
Building bridges between our divisions.
Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you. Reach out to me. With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
You guys are awesome.
Okay, that was a great rehearsal. Great rehearsal. Now we need to go faster. And
Oh no.
okay, so now group 1 here, group 2 there, group 3 there, and group 4 here. Okay? And we are going to go a little faster. You ready? Know what to do? Still 1, 2, 3. No, now we change. Exactly the opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, group 4.
3 is on the back. 1, 2, 3.
So you're 3. Yep.
Okay? Everybody ready?
All right.
With the feet first, a little bit faster. So, ready, go. Woo. Now it's going to move on. Starting with group 1.
Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me?
Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we can make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Y'all, we need moments of play and joy wherever we can seize them. You know, 3 years ago, a little bit more than 3 years ago, I took a leap of faith. I had an incredible ministry in the DC metro area in a large congregation of, about 1,200 people. And there were like 40 people that applied for that position that I was hired for. And I was in this incredible blue state. Jamie Raskin was our representative. I could walk down the street and hear my language spoken along with 25 others. I could get all my groceries and never have to use English. It was glorious and it was wonderful. And also one day I woke up and had this realization that something was calling me on. And it was kind of like, Indiana? And oh my gosh, what everyone said, because I did a lot of research about this congregation and I called a lot of people decades back, folks who served this congregation, served congregations around this congregation. And some of you have heard me say this before, but I wondered if you had paid people, because they all said the same thing. They will always do what is right, even when it's hard. They will always do what's right, even when it's hard. And you prove that to me every day. Every day you show me that. There is a special sauce at All Souls that is truly rooted in love. And you just want to be heard, you just want to be listened to, and you just want to be in community. Well, hallelujah. Isn't that what we all need? And I feel like this journey we've been on with the mental health grant is an incredible expression of the love that is at the heart of All Souls, that has been wanting to continue to wake up and grow. There's lots of different ways of doing social justice, and sometimes that means we stand out with signs and we go to the State House, and other times it means that we softly gather and we eat together and we do community cook nights and we walk the labyrinth and do spiritual practices that sustain us, and we talk to each other and we practice having hard conversations that we can do in the larger community, and we learn ways to be in community so we can save each other. Our Share the Plate today is going to the Black Church Coalition, and the Black community had a hard hit this week when the Herman Whitfield III case. Sandy, my heart is with you. I know you know the family as well. A young man who needed mental health support, his life was ended. And when we say yes to learning tools like mental health first aid, we are saying yes to being in the community and knowing when to engage, when we can de-escalate, how we can get people connected to supports in times of crisis, but also how to be with each other and build on our assets and our gifts so that we may remain well. Thank you all so much for your ministries. If you're new today, you might be familiar with denominations where they're very top down, where the minister is the boss, and everyone here will tell you I'm pretty much not the boss of anything. I am here as a support, as a guide, as a connector, as someone who is meant to draw out of you the goodness that is already in you, and to help work with staff to empower this great congregation with the tools that you need to shine. And the way in which you all have embodied the mental health grant is one of those prime examples of what shared ministry in action looks like. You have a lot to be proud of. I gift you with these closing words so that I no longer stand between you and coffee. These words are from the Reverend Max Coots. Let us give thanks for a bounty of people, for children who are our second planting, and though they grow like weeds, and the wind too soon blows them away, may they remember fondly where their roots are. For generous friends with hearts as big as Hubbard's and smiles as bright as blossoms, for feisty friends as tart as apples, for continuous friends who, like scallions, keep reminding us that we've had them, for crotchety friends as sour as rhubarb and as indestructible, for funny friends as silly as Brussels sprouts, and serious friends as complex as cauliflowers and intricate as onions, for friends as unpretentious as cabbages, and friends like parsnips who can be counted on to see you through the winter, for old friends nodding like sunflowers in the evening time, and young friends who come on fast like radishes, for loving friends who wind around us like tendrils and hold us despite our blights, wilts, and witherings. And finally, for those friends now gone, but who fed us in their times that we might have life thereafter. For this bounty of friends and for friendships near and far, we give thanks. Amen and blessed be.
There is a love.